Hey there, I'm Sierra Bailey and this is Doers, Shakers, Makers Tuesday Tip. Are you feeling like you need to have some help in your business? Maybe you're thinking daily, oh my goodness, I just wish I had an assistant. Well, sometimes we're almost to the point where we want an assistant, but not quite there. There are two downsides to having an assistant. One, you have to pay them. And two, if you're right on the edge of needing an assistant, you may not have enough work to keep them occupied for as many hours as they want to work. Let's say you're at the point where you're slightly overwhelmed. Hey, let's say you're at the point where you're just starting a business and you love systems and you want to start automating. Both work just fine. Let's talk about where to start looking to automate. I'm going to talk about the kind of 5 main things that you can look into for automating, but know that there are endless. Google what to automate in my business and you will see lists and lists and lists of things that come up. So let's start with the first one, schedulers. Now, it doesn't do the work for you, but it makes it so that you don't have to put the time in daily. And that means that pre-scheduling your social media or your content going live, let's say a blog post being published or a podcast episode going up into a feed, can all be done ahead of time. A lot of people enjoy, let's say, once a week putting their content together and then scheduling it. You can absolutely do it once a month though. If you are somebody that works better batching things, few ways you can do it. You can either write, let's say, all of your blog posts in one day, schedule them out weekly for the month, or you can just the week before be scheduling or the day before be scheduling your blog post to go. It doesn't have to be a crazy batched thing. It can be one at a time. But either way, you can make it so that it is being scheduled and done on your time, not on the time of when it has to be put out there. It does not necessarily, this one, save you tons of time because you still have to do the work. But if you get into the habit of batching, or if you stop, let's say, going to post on Facebook and end up hanging out on Facebook for 3 hours, it will be quite helpful to you. The next are emails. Now, there are a few things that you can start automating in emails. You can automate when the emails come in, where they are sorting and going. That is by setting up rules for them. So let's say when you have emails coming in that are reports or newsletter, you can automatically start filtering these into files. You may think it seems ridiculous when you think about it like this, but it adds up over time of how much time you are spending in that email inbox. The other thing that you can do are your replies. I talk about this all the time. I read about it in a Michael Hyatt book and it's brilliant. Use the signatures in your email system to set up kind of templated auto reply emails and then put the signature at the bottom of it. Michael Hyatt himself says that he has 80 for personal use and 100 and something for his company. I keep meaning to do a workshop on these. This is fascinating to me. It's really amazing when you start thinking about, yes, you don't have to have one stock reply for things, but there's a lot of stuff that you're writing over and over and over again. An example from my own life is that I like to follow up with my contacts and my network. I schedule, at the moment, Zoom coffees with them every quarter. When I reach out to them, it's kind of the same email every quarter. Hey, love to see you. Here's my Calendly link. Let's set up a coffee. That is so easy to just hit a button and know that it's there instead of having to type it each and every time. Even copying and paste it saves so much time. And the last is workflows. That comes more into play, not necessarily in your Gmail or Outlook or something like that, but in your emails that you are sending out regularly. So your newsletter, let's say, or when something is triggered on your website, somebody signs up for an email or a free download, it automatically sends them the download and adds them to a certain list. Somebody purchases something from you, automatically it triggers a series of emails that answer your customers. A lot of us, if we are in the e-commerce space, are very familiar with the workflow emails, but they can be used a lot for other businesses as well. The third thing are appointments. I mentioned Calendly earlier. Using even the free version of something like Calendly or Acuity can save you a ton of time by automating these appointments that you're trying to make. The fourth, we think about this all the time in our personal lives. Make sure in business you're doing it as well. Set up auto paying all of your payments, your bills, the things that are coming out. You even can do this with your own payroll, or if you are invoicing people so that it automatically sets up a reminder. It is more of a one-click action in order to invoice. And the fifth thing are your to-do lists. I have a ton of reoccurring things that happen in my life from day to day, week to week, month to month, quarter to quarter, year to year. They are all managed by Todoists, which I'm obsessed with. And no, I get no money for talking about how amazing Todoist is. But I want you to know how amazing something like Todoist or Wunderlist or any variety of these online to-do organizers, they can be set up so simply to post your things that you need to do. So you're getting these constant reminders, and it's more than that, but it's remembering that like every third Tuesday, you need to be reminded to do something. It saves you so much time in the long run. Last, I want to mention that there are a few things if you are trying to do something that's not automatically able to be done within one specific software or app, there are things to help you there. Let's say every time you get an email from your website, you want it to be added onto your newsletter, and there's no easy way to do that. Well, there are two different things you can look into. Zapier, which creates zaps, and IFTTT, which stands for if this, then that. That's coding language, but it basically will create a trigger. So if this happens, somebody signs up for your website, then that will happen. It gets moved from your website sign up onto your mailing list. If you have been trying to figure out some ways to automate things and you're not seeing an easy, obvious thing within the software or app that you're using, try either Zapier or IFTTT, and you may be solving those problems because automation often can be such time savers that they bridge that gap between where you are now and needing to have a full-time assistant or even a part-time assistant. Remember, you're not going to get an assistant to work for you like an hour a week most of the time. They usually need a few hours of work if you want a good one. So while you're trying to get up to the level of workload where you can either afford or have enough for them to do, try automation. And in general, try automation anyway, because why pay somebody something that you can be automating in your business with technology? I hope that helps you this week because I love coming to you on Tuesdays with fantastic tips for your tiny business. My name is Sierra Bailey with Doers, Shakers, Makers. If you like this tip, subscribe, come back, keep watching these videos. See you next week.